Hey everybody, it's Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. I'm working on a journal spread this morning. It's Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving. It's a beautiful day here. It's been rainy, but it's very comfortable outside. It's not cold. We're not doing anything with family today because of COVID, of course. But Jason and I are going to try to cook a turkey, or bake a turkey, or roast a turkey. Not sure the right word for that, because we're using a big green egg, and it's something that is new to us and that was gifted to us. So we're really excited to do that together today. But I wanted to take a few minutes to come out here and put a journal entry in. I need to do probably a video soon just about change and the past and leaving situations that are really difficult. Holidays can be really difficult for me. I have a lot of nostalgia about my children being little and the dreams and the aspirations and the hopes that I had that were never going to work out because my partner was not on the same page as me. I thought he was in the beginning, but and I'm not dissing him. He gave me some beautiful children. It hurts though, and sometimes you have to give yourself permission to be okay with a really difficult choice. It would be easy for me to just get depressed and think about what if, but I have to, what is the word? I have to honor my decision, and I have to also, congratulate's not the right word, I have to thank myself for removing myself from a situation that was really bad for my health and that was really dangerous, honestly. So I felt like, Thanksgiving is one of those holidays, and I wanted to just sit down and do a journal spread just with some thoughts about some of the things that are going through my mind today. I love these leaves. We have a lot of pines here, but there are just one or two maples out there, and I love to see these leaves on the ground. They're so beautiful. It kind of looks like the jelly print, the coloring and just all those spots. So this is one of the jelly prints I made for the image zine for fall or October. And I want to try to recreate this pattern on this page. Another element I want to bring in is this old photograph. This is one of the CDVs that I recently put in the shop, and something that I did this morning, I went ahead and added 2 zip files to that listing so that in addition to the full collage page where you're going to have all the small, I tried to make them actual size on the collage pages so that when you print those out, what you're cutting out is about the size of a CDV. But then I went ahead and added zip files where you have all of the original scans that I created, and then I did some minor restorations, and some, like this one, I added some color. There's something really striking about this 200-year-old image, well, not quite 200, let's say 150-year-old image printed on Epson photo paper, something really modern. So I'm going to try to incorporate this, and I have just a few other things I want to bring into it. This is a page from the image zine. Sometimes it's hard to know how to use pages that are already printed. You can feel like, well, I don't know what to do with it. It's okay to cover it up. It's okay to add to it. Sometimes just what shows around the edges will add to your page. I went ahead and took some coffee stain and did a little bit of staining around the edge because I like that. I don't always do grungy journals, but I love them a lot, and that is one of my go-tos. Let's put a little more on there. So the first thing I'm going to do is add some yellow paint right in this area. I want to try something here. I wish I had acrylic. I don't have any acrylic in bright yellow, and this may not work at all. In fact, I need less water and more color. You know what I might have though? Let me get that. Well, that's adding some yellow. Definitely is. Let me try something on top of that. So I do have a bright yellow watercolor crayon. That might be perfect. Oops, the whole thing came out. These are the ones I bought from Barnes & Noble. You know, I went in there, it's probably been a year ago now, just to check out their supplies, art supplies, and I was surprised. They had some cool things in there. Now, you know, they can be on the expensive side when you're going into a store that doesn't deal completely with art supplies, but I did find a couple of things to try out, and this Studio Series watercolor crayon, that was one of the items. So I like that. And the way I want to get my my leaf shape, I love this big one, but it's too big for the page. I am going to take some brown acrylic paint, and I do need a little spot to work here, so let's move this and this. Put these back here out of the way. Set that over here. There's nothing wrong with working in a small space. You just have to be patient with it. So I'm going to put a little bit of this dark brown here. And I want my brayer. I'm going to try to avoid getting it on that tab because I might use that. And then what I'm going to do is put the leaf down on the page. And I'm going to try my best to use it like a stencil. Which means I have to really hold it into place. And I think it's going to work. Got to get around the stem. It's going to be a kind of an abstract almost, because obviously it's not a flat stencil. That's close enough. And let me go ahead and clean. Let's see, I'll put this over here. And all I ever do to clean my brayer off is just get all of the paint off. And then you have a page left over that you can use for something else. So let's put that back and pull these apart. I'll put that back here to dry. Now let's pull this back over a little bit. And I think I'm gonna do a little bit of add some lines here. You can use a straight edge for a really straight line if you have an area that needs to give that effect, and I kind of think that does. And then let's make some lines in here. I loved in science in college, the what was the name of that class? We had to do a lot of outside things. Like, was it natural science? I can't remember what it was called. And then I took a botany class. I thought that I would love that because I had loved the you know, the other science. I can't remember what it was called. I had loved that so much. But it wasn't, it was just too scientific. We got away from, you know, the leaf collecting and studying the kingdoms and the genus, the species, all that. I really enjoyed that. But then it got too much into cellular talk, like, you know, molecules and stuff on the I don't know, I wasn't as excited about the cells in a stem as I was looking at the leaves and learning about how they got their names and all that stuff. So I like that. That's okay. That's kind of, I can handle that. This, how do I want to incorporate this? I want this to be smaller because I do want to see some of that background, and I might round the edges on this. And I don't use a lot of yellow. I think we've talked about that before. I need to challenge myself with some yellow. So I do want to put a little bit of this in. I think it won't take much at all. So let's just tear off a little strip. It's really pretty on that tab, and you know it's not bad going right around to that side either. So I think I will do that. And I guess my thing is, how do I want to attach it? You know, it would be really pretty to take just 2 minutes and put some thread through there. This is the really heavy upholstery thread. I think I'll do that, actually. I hope everybody is having a good day, the best that you can have. Life is very, very precious, and we don't know from one day to the next what life will bring. I need my, it's kind of thick, I need my pliers to push that through. There we go. And I don't want to lose, let's see. So there we have that. I got caught up yesterday watching the Hallmark Channel and just episode after episode of Little House on the Prairie. And I mean, if you want to turn me into a blob of not being able to get anything done, just put that on the TV. You know, I read all those books growing up, and I know now there are things in that feel very inappropriate. In the books, you know, that it's been brought up, like the Indians and some of the comments that were written into the book. I honestly didn't recognize that as a child, and I did like that series on TV. And when you look at that now compared to so many things that are on TV, it's just, wow, have things changed, you know? I don't know what I've done here. I'm trying to make a, I think I've got a thread that's caught up under the, so let's go up here now. I don't want to tear the page. That's one of the things that's making this harder. I don't want to pull the page out of the book, especially since it's a little bit wet there. Now, I'll just let that be enough because it is going to hold it into place. It's not going to be, you know, glued down. Although if I wanted to, I could come back and put just a little spot of glue under the edge of the fabric there. But let's just tie that. I don't want it to be super, super long. I'm going to go cut this down just a little bit. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that a lot. And I love this red stamp. That's just really pretty on there. Probably, I don't want to put this down yet because one of the things I want to do, let me move my coffee too. I'm not interested in drinking any gesso this morning. Now, I'm doing this, I just want a little bit of, bring a little bit of white into here. And I also, let's see, that's probably not the best brush for just putting some drops on the page. Let me see if I can get kind of a wet mixture here too. Not quite enough. There. I like that. Let's dry that just a little bit. Put that here. Do I want anything under that? Any little piece of lace or anything? I do have this eyelet that might be really pretty. I'm going to cut out a piece of this. You can tear part of the fabric. Of course, eyelet you can't really tear so easily through those little holes that have been stitched around. It pulls this way and that way, and you end up with something that's a little bit ragged. I probably need to cut that down some more. And we'll try to make it so you can see some of those holes right around the edges. I know I mentioned that I might round the corners on this photograph. I'm not sure yet. I wonder, do you think I should round them? Hello? Hello? That's pretty. And to get this to stick to the page, do I want to, I think I'll just use some glue. Now, let's, get the glue in that, and then just going to go right around the edge. Not sure what. I don't think I'm going to round the corners. You know what I could have done? I don't know how this would look. And grab some corners. I do like to use these sometimes. Let's see what one of those would look like. Why is that one acting funny? Is that two? No? I can be so messy. I guess we all can when you're working with sticky substances and stains, and kind of have to just sometimes just plan ahead, but that's not always possible. So I think, let me take something. Yeah, I like those corners on there. I'm going to put a little bit more glue behind that. And I do think that'll dry okay. It's not fabric glue. If I end up having a problem with it once it's dry, you know, if it's wanting to pull away, I'll come back and put fabric glue under that or just do something. It's not going to be a big deal. So there's that. And there's a quotation. There's a quotation that I want to put in here I like this too. Just trying to figure out, it's pretty over there, I think. Trying to figure out how to make it pleasing to the eye. I don't know. There's something that I like about having it down here. I wish I could hear what everybody's saying, like put it here or put it here. Oh crap. I always end up getting paint on my clothes. I think I just got brown paint on my scarf. But that's just part of it. Where should I put it? Should I put it up here? I like it down here. And I think I want to, no, I don't know if I want to use that or not. Postcard. I think for the entry, I love this, so I don't really want to cover up too much of it, but I do want to write something, and I'm just going to get a little scrap piece of paper. There's our word from yesterday. But I don't want pink. Let me get a color that, and I don't want something too heavy either. What is this? That's something I stamped on. A piece of that might be pretty. That's really delicate too. So there's a quotation that I want to use. It kind of ties in. I think you'll know what I mean. And I can't remember who said it. It is, let's put this somewhere where I can write, worrying is like praying for things you don't want. And looking back with regret is not the same as worrying. That's more like doubt, I guess, regret is. And doubt, I think doubt and regret are very similar to worrying. And worrying is like fear. One of my great aunts, you know, I talk about hanging around with them and loving them so much, spending time with my great aunts and uncles. And one of my great aunts used to say that regret and fear were twins. And she said something like they were tools from the devil's workshop, like to take your faith away. And that, I always remember that. I don't remember, of course, the very exact wording. It was a long time ago, but I do remember her saying that. And so let's move this purple stamp out of the way. I might just put this, I might just paper clip that, you know, if I tear it down even more so that we're seeing more of the leaf. And I love that we have just a little bit of stamping with the words. That's why it's so nice to save every little scrap of paper that you've stamped on, or that you've cleaned a brayer off on, or, you know, if it has a word or something that you like. Yeah, see, I like that. And, you know, we could even, there's just no limit to what you can do. We could fold it, but I don't really want it folded. I think, let's see what's on this side. think I'm just going to put that on the page like that. And then we can see almost the whole leaf. Now I have to remember not to close this. I can tell that's not completely dry, and I don't want to ruin that beautiful photo. Worrying is like praying for things you don't want. And I'm using that sentiment today to remind myself not to doubt decisions I made when I was standing in, you know, some of the most difficult moments of my life. And that can steal, it could steal my peace and my faith and just everything. It could steal my happiness that I have right now. And, you know, my belief is that even if nobody else knows what I went through and, you know, why choices were made, God knows. And He knows, you know, what kind of condition my mind and my heart were in. And anyway, that's a comfort to me. So this is it for today. I'm going to get busy. Jason and I are going to figure out how to cook a turkey in this big green egg that we have. If you don't know what the green egg is, it's a really big, it's a grill, but it's shaped like an egg, and they are so heavy. I mean, it took 2 people to pull this thing across the yard, and it's on wheels. And they told us when they were bringing it around that it would leave divots in the yard. So it's pretty amazing, and we're really grateful for that gift. It was just totally unexpected. So I'm gonna get busy. Thank you everybody for being here. Yeah, look, I might end up gluing that down a tiny bit. Thank you so much for being here. I hope everybody has a good day, and I'll be back really soon. I have more wallpaper packs that will be coming up soon. I've started on the next set of fun packs. I'm all out of the last set. And what else do I have? Fabric, really fun fabric packs. All right, bye for now.